Brown's Roofing, we put our customers first. Our expert project managers are there to answer all your questions and help you out with anything you need. When disaster strikes, either a hailstorm or a leaky roof, you need a contractor in which you can trust.
Hey folks, good afternoon. This is the Digital Weather Desk powered by Century Next Bank. I'm Jared Floyd. Happy Thursday afternoon, joining you a smidge late, which has been kind of the trend through most of the week. I've been kind of hopping on right around 2 o'clock instead of the noontime time frame with a little bit of a reason today. The reason that I waited today, I could have joined you about an hour ago, but we knew that the update from the Day 3 Storm Prediction Center convective outlook would come, so it just made sense to just wait until that was released. And then we could join you then. A look at the forecast today, made possible by Century Next Bank. Visit cnext.bank for more information. Most locations continue to stay very, very quiet. We are continuing to encounter quite a bit of cloud cover across the southern parishes and counties, and that was really to be expected. We expected generally sunny to mostly sunny skies along I-20 and points northward, but farther southward, the cloud cover was probably going to hang around through much of the day. Radar made possible by Brown's Roofing. Nothing doing around the radar site. Probably going to stay dry through the day tomorrow as well, but the rain chances obviously sneak back in for Saturday. Temperatures, 60s for the most part. Still a window of opportunity to climb maybe a few more degrees over the next couple of hours. There you go. We just went from 65 to 68 in Monroe. So the window of opportunity to hit 70 degrees still there in many spots. Natchez at 69. Vicksburg's already at 70. And El Dorado at 66. Dew points starting to climb for the most part back into the 40s and 50s. The low-level moisture will continue to stream in rather modestly ahead of the storm system that will impact the area this weekend. Winds are fairly light and variable in the 3 to 5 mile an hour range. Really won't be a factor through the rest of the afternoon. Check the rest of the day planner made possible by the Monroe Chamber of Commerce and Leaders of Change. Learn more at monroe.org. Daytime high still expected to land right at 70 degrees by the end of the afternoon over the next hour or two, with lows tonight eventually falling back into the mid-60s. 2 o'clock hour, 68. Coincidentally, exactly where we are. Check a futurecast made possible by Bayou Power Sports, I-20 Frontage Road in Monroe, as we set the stage for the next 24 to 36 hours. Not a whole lot's going to happen. But as we move into the Saturday, Sunday time frame, we do expect the next wave of showers and storms to return to the region. Jane, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining in. Showers, again, as possible as early as afternoon. Rain chances in the morning hours on Saturday are probably pretty limited. I wouldn't be surprised to run into a shower or two, but they'll be really spotty, and they should be fairly light. As we go through the afternoon hours on Saturday, we set the stage for showers, and then perhaps the thunderstorms to feed in late in the day. And admittedly, most of the latest model data continues to trend a little bit later into Saturday night. So if you've moved Saturday afternoon evening plans and you've already canceled them or moved them inside or rescheduled them, adjusted them, whatever, you know, that's some of the risks that we have to take in terms of building the forecast around outdoor plans. And it does look like it'll be more of a Saturday night time frame for most of the area as a fairly organized line of thunderstorms moves through. I hesitate to call it a complex of thunderstorms because that usually kind of infers a little bit more of a severe weather threat, and we do expect at least some isolated severe weather potential. We'll get to that in just a minute. But it does look to bring pretty widespread showers and storms through the region, advancing eastward relatively rapidly, and that may limit the heavy rain potential across the area. Earlier in the week, it looked like we were going to deal with rain through much of the day Saturday and then bring the thunderstorms through, and it was really mounting up some heftier totals, some 2 and 3 inch totals. And now it looks like most of us will probably be in the 1 to 2 inch range. Some spots may not even see that much. Cold front advances off to the east, wraparound cloud cover, patchy drizzle, light rain will linger through the day on Sunday, and then we clear out as we head through the early parts of next week. Again, I don't want to look overly detailed into things, especially since we'll kind of get into the nuts and bolts of this forecast later this afternoon into the evening stream. But I continue to look at storm energy, convective available potential energy, CAPE, in the atmosphere, and we just don't have a lot of ingredients to work with. There's a lot of inhibiting factors that would really fuel a higher severe weather potential. First off, there should be a lot of cloud cover through the day on Saturday. We've been talking about that. Dew points at the surface may be kind of limited in terms of how high they can get in our area. Generally expecting low 60s, and you'd typically want to see them in the mid 60s to support severe weather. Lapse rates, which is basically how quickly the air cools as you move in altitude, and you really want those to be fairly sharp, and you want the air to cool rapidly as you move higher in altitude, and those look fairly limited. So with that, it also limits the CAPE and how rapidly a parcel of air, a pocket of air, can rise in the atmosphere. If you want thunderstorms to build rapidly, you need air to rapidly rise in the environment. And while we do have some storm energy to work with, it's not the best ingredients. And it also doesn't move through at a favorable time during the nighttime hours on Saturday. Still some lingering stuff early Sunday, and then all that stuff sweeps off to the east. And again, some wraparound stuff could linger, but that'll just be rainfall through the day on Sunday. Check of the severe weather threat. Of course, your severe weather alerts and hazards made possible by Allegiance Health Network. And most locations will continue to see daytime highs. The daytime highs will probably still be in the low to mid 70s. And so there's still at least some instability in the environment. Most of that really fuels the storm potential late in the day Saturday. And so we have a marginal risk severe weather threat. Level 1 out of 5 severe weather categories. Given the dynamics of the system, pretty big, just large, encompassing storm system. There's going to be some pretty strong winds associated with it. So damaging wind gusts would be our highest concern. And we talked about that over the last couple of days. With the strong winds aloft, it won't take much for a thunderstorm to pull some of those stronger winds down to ground level. So that would probably be our biggest concern. A tornado threat is not completely out of the question. I think that would probably be focused more along the Gulf coastline, where those deeper, stronger surges of low-level moisture will be available. The better dew points will be available in those spots. An instance of hail can't be ruled out as well. Most of our hail would probably be non-severe. And then again, there will be the potential for pockets of heavy rainfall. Storm-driven rain totals would likely be higher than this. But again, the excessive rain potential does exist, especially for the northwestern half, or maybe the northwestern third of our coverage area. Again, where periods of heavy rain, especially given the vegetation on the ground, the tree branches, the leaves, all that stuff from the ice storm, a lot of that stuff hasn't been cleaned up for whatever reason. And so just keep in mind that the rain just may drain a little bit more poorly than usual. I'm not going to show you a wind graphic, but just a reminder that it will be breezy starting Friday evening through Saturday and Sunday. And so that sets us up for, again, not necessarily a widespread power outage hazard, but again, just the right breeze at the right time on the wrong tree could create a sporadic power outage problem here or there. So just be aware of it. The power goes out for a brief period of time. You shouldn't be really surprised by it. You're like, oh yeah, Jared kind of said something about that. JJ said Saul, SPC agreed with you on tornado threat being primarily Houston's southwestern part of the state. Yeah, I mean, dew points, this time of year, you at least need them kind of, 64, 65, and we're going to be running kind of 61, 62. Now, listen, if we run into a tornado warning or two on Saturday, I don't want folks to be surprised because our environment could, in theory, still support an isolated tornado threat. It just won't be one of those widespread, significant, appreciable threats that we really need to kind of sound all the alarm bells. The reason that we've drawn so much attention to this, and I kind of mentioned this morning, is the fact that there's a lot of social aspects to it. It's a weekend in February, so February is one of those months where we start getting a little bit more active outside. More outdoor activities are planned. We had the Mardi Gras parades last weekend. There's just more stuff going on. I know that we have the Bayou Jam, baseball, softball. Like there's more outdoor activities, and rightly so. So I just want to draw attention to the fact that thunderstorms and rain and wind will be impactful. You may have to plan around it. It doesn't necessarily mean that, we're looking at this super dangerous day where folks need to be on edge all day. It's not necessarily that. Just pay attention to the forecast, keep an eye on the radar, and if you have outdoor plans late Saturday, especially Saturday evening into Saturday night, you probably want to think about moving them inside. Daytime highs today, upper 60s to near 70. Lows tonight, upper 40s to near 50. A lot of us will be in the low 50s tonight. Really depends on how quickly the clouds increase overnight. 7-day forecast made possible by 3B Hardware. I forgot about Mardi Gras. I'm embarrassed. Sometimes the holidays sneak up on me. And I'm going to be honest with you. When you work from home on a daily basis, this is one of those weird things that I'm just not used to, as you take a look at the 7-day forecast. And I just go on a little monologue for a second. One of the things that I have really struggled with in the last 4 or 5 months as we've launched the Digital Weather Desk, days of the week. Like, you work from home, and so I spend, admittedly, not as much time outside of the home, which is kind of cool. I'm kind of I'm an extroverted introvert, or an introverted extrovert, or an extroverted introvert, whatever. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And so I spend a lot less time away from home, so I just kind of lose track of the days of the week. It's weird stuff. And so then I lose track of when holidays are happening. And so they sneak up on me, and I'm like, oh, that's now a week away, and I need to put it on the 7-day. Completely forgot Mardi Gras was on Tuesday. Weird stuff. Valentine's Day on Saturday. Rain chances are back in for Saturday. A few thunderstorms then as well. Again, I know you're probably thinking, hey, the rain chances went down for Saturday, but they're up for Sunday. Also note the overnight rain chances, Saturday night into Sunday, if you go to the Digital Weather Desk app or to digitalweatherdesk.com and look up the forecast in your area, those rain chances are still running 90 to 100% across the entire area. So we're going to run into rain. It's just the timing of it doesn't necessarily align with the 7-day forecast. I could put a little 90% in between, but it makes the 7-day look ugly, and I don't like that. Reminder, the Digital Weather Desk, powered by Century Next Bank, is a digital weather platform serving 33 parishes and counties across northern Louisiana, southern Arkansas, and western Mississippi. It is made possible 100% free to you by the local businesses that you see there on your screen. So again, take time to appreciate them when you can, if you can. I say this all the time. A brief Facebook message to any or all of those local business partners and just saying, hey, thanks for supporting Jared and what he's doing, goes a long way. And I know they appreciate it, and I know I appreciate it. Forecast is always available at digitalweatherdesk.com and on the app. Links to download on the website. I'll join you a little bit later today with kind of a final look at the forecast for the rest of the day. Janet, yes, it is a beautiful afternoon across the area. Lots of sunshine. Enjoy it because the clouds kind of roll back in late tomorrow and sets us up for a yucky second half or latter 2/3 of the weekend. I'll join you a little bit later today. Fishing Game comes out 8 p.m. tonight. And we'll have a full slate of content through the day tomorrow. Thanks so much for stopping by. The Digital Weather Desk powered by Century Next Bank. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday, everybody.
Century Next Bank is proud to sponsor Digital Weather Desk with local meteorologist Jared Floyd.
The Digital Weather Desk is your local source for the latest weather information to help keep you and your family safe and to plan your week. You can follow us on our social media platforms, download our app, and you can also find us at digitalweatherdesk.com. The Digital Weather Desk,
Powered by Century Next Bank.